Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Msonda Mantona. In this tutorial, we are basically going to learn on how to create a Happy New Month social media flyer. So with me is Photoshop CC 2020 that I'm using. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So now it's time to insert dimensions for our document that we are going to work on. So in this case, we are going to use millimeters. I always prefer using millimeters or centimeters. It's easy for me to understand than choosing the pixels or the inches, the points or the pickers. So I go for millimeters and centimeters because it's easy and it's simple to understand. So I'm going to choose millimeters. So I'm going to use 200 millimeters by 200 millimeters, since this is a standard social media flyer that we are designing. Then we are going to maintain the resolution to 300 pixels per inch. Then the color mode will maintain RGB. Then these don't really matter so much. Then for the background, we can either change to black, transparent, or use a customized color, but I prefer white. Okay, so let's create our document and let's get started. So after the workspace has been formulated, what we need now to do is insert the guide layers. The guide layers, the guide lines, they really help when you're working on your document. So let's go to view, then from there let's go to new guide layout. Okay, so from there we are going to see to say there are columns and rows. So on columns you put 2, because I was working on them previous time, the previous time. So here let's try to insert 100 pixels. Then let's copy this, Control A plus Control C. Then let's paste here. Let's also insert 100. Then 100. I'm sure you are seeing the changes on the screen as I'm making these changes. So we're able to see to say this is the guide layout that we've worked on. So let's click on OK. So this is what we are going to work on. So let's just unlock this and group this, and let's name it as background. Okay, so now that we've created our background, let's now put up a little bit of color to our background. So let's go to options, then let's go to branding options. Okay, so in this case I'm going for gradient. Okay, it's okay, let me go for this one. It's okay, it's okay. We can use this one as our gradient. We can use this one as our gradient. Okay, right there. Okay, so we are going to work on this one as our gradient. So when you want to switch off the guide layer, you simply click Control H. That means hide. Okay, so the next step now is to insert our model and put a little bit of branding to our background. Now that we've put color to our background, let's try to put in a little bit of effect to our background. we've inserted in this customized shape, we need to add in a little bit of magic. So what we need to do is quick mask it, then choose the erase tool. Let's just increase its size, and let's try to erase a little bit. See it clearly. Then let's increase its opacity. Let's change the color. Okay, I think brown is okay. Then let's change the blending mode. Let's try soft light, add light. Okay, let's just keep on trying and see which one will best work for us. Linear bend. Okay, let's try linear light. Okay, I think I love how it's coming out. Okay, then we can just erase in some parts, and let us just reduce the opacity to 80. Wow, so we are able to see how it's coming out. Okay, that's beautiful. Then we can switch on the noise. This is just some effect that I've added on to the background, the noise, and a little bit of smoke to brighten up the point where light is, because light is looking as if it's coming from this point. So the next step now is to add in a model to our work. So I already have a model that I cropped, which I had to remove the background to reduce on the time spent on this tutorial. I had to remove the background from the lady that we are going to use in this tutorial. So let's just put her in the group and name it as model. Okay, so then this we messed up something. Okay, so that is our model. Okay, perfectly inserted there. So we are able to see to say this is where the light is coming. So when we switch on the guides, then we are able to see that the guides really help to center our work and to make our work aligned. So this is one of the purpose of the guides, to help us center our work so that the work is really centered. So let's just insert in the text. Let's insert in the text, which is welcome to hello April. So let's just insert it. Now for the text, we are going to make another group, which is text. Then let's drag it below, between the group for model and group. Let's switch this on. So in this case, when we want to move the characters, rather the text, the way I'm moving them, what we need to do is press Control. We need to press Control, then you see these points and you can move your text like that. No need of coming to the character panel. You just need to manipulate your text from here. Okay, so I think it's okay like this. I love it the way it has come out. So let's just change the color of the text to black, because we're working on with black. Then this one, all we need to do is just change the font, because this is the font that we're working on. And let's just reduce the size to 33. Okay, so even this text we need to manipulate it. We need to change it a little bit. There we go. So we've inserted it there. Then let's also change its color. Okay, change its color. Then let's drag the text a little bit up. Okay, so this will mean we will also drag our model a little bit, because I want the letter P to be like it's at the back of the lady. Okay, so when we switch off our guys like that, then let's just insert in the date. Let's insert in the date. So let's go to shape, and let's insert in a little bit of a shape. Okay, so even the shapes, we are able to manipulate them. Control T. Then when we Control T, that is control transform. Then when we press the control the control button, that means we are also able to manipulate the shape. So let's drag it there. Okay, so we are able to manipulate the shape in the way that we want it to. Okay, so there we go, we are good to go. So let's just drag this outside. Okay, so we are good to go. So now let's write in the date. Let's write the date. That's 01 point, let's put in the dash 04 dash 2022. Okay, I think now we are going to use I don't know how to pronounce this font. I don't know if it's Monstereta, something like that, but anyway, it's so long I know how to use it. The pronunciation, it doesn't matter. But if there's anybody who's good at English, anybody who knows how to pronounce these fonts, please feel free to come and teach me on the pronunciation. I'll really appreciate it very much. So as we've been doing, let's press Control, then we be able to move our text like that. So no need of transforming the text, you can just move it from there. Okay, so now that we've inserted the text, the other thing that we need now to do is inserting flares, putting in a little bit of light to our work. Then the other thing that we are going to do now is insert emojis. Okay, inserting emojis. In this case, we are going to use social media emojis, inserting them to our artwork. Okay, so now we've inserted the first group of emojis. Let's create another group for emojis. Okay, choose. So this group will be on top of flares. Let's insert in another group of emojis. Okay. Now that we've inserted our emojis, let's now insert in a little bit of flares to our artwork to brighten it up, to make it bright and so attractive. Okay, so let me just rearrange the emojis a little bit. Okay, let me just move one or two emojis. Let me just move them. Okay, I think this one, let's take it here. Okay, let's just move them a little bit. Let's change them a little bit. Then I think let's try to maintain this one here and just increase a little bit of its size. Then this one here, increase it a little bit. Okay, then this one can be a little bit smaller. There we go. Again, a little bit bigger. Okay, right there. So you are free to arrange the emojis in any size and in any angle that you want them to be, but this is what I prefer. This is what looks good to my eyes. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm like. This is what I'm feeling. So let's insert in a little bit of flares to our artwork. So I downloaded some flares that we are going to use. Downloaded some flares. So you can check for more flares. You can check for more flares. I think this one we're going to insert it there. Okay, let's just reduce its size. Then always change the flare mode from normal, the blending mode. Always change it from normal to screen. Okay, let's change it to screen. There you go. Let's change it to screen. Okay, there you go. It's not coming out too well, but let's duplicate it. Let's duplicate it twice. There you go. I think it's now coming out a little bit strong. Okay, it's coming out a little bit strong. Then let's add in something else. Don't worry, it's a crazy picture, but it's going to make a little bit of magic. Let's try to just zoom it so that it fits the up space. Then let's change the blending mode to screen. Okay, so you've seen this has poured everything, like it has brightened it up. It has made our work so bright. So what we now need to do is put in a little bit of blur to this flare type of a flare. A flare is any light that is coming from one point. So let's try to put in some blur to it so that it becomes uniform to our artwork. So let's go to blur, then Gaussian blur. Okay, then let's change our blur capacity to, let's try 25. So in this case you can try as much as you want to see which one will best work on your artwork, the one that's going to best work well on your design. So some people might choose 50, some 60, but I think in my case I'm going to use 70 as even 80. I think 80 is coming out well, because it's like it's killing all these nuggish colors which were coming out, and we are seeing to say it has brightened it up, it has made it come out so well. So let's try to switch off the flare and see the difference. So that is without the flare, and this is with the flare. Okay, so there you go. Okay, there you go. So when we try to duplicate this, and let's try to put in some flares like on this point, so that it seems light was coming from some point. Okay, so let's duplicate it, then let's increase its size, then let's insert in a little bit of a flare on the big man, the big emoji. Okay, then let's add in a little bit of flare to it, but not 17 this time. Maybe just 20 will be fair enough. 20 will be fair enough. 20 will be fair enough. Okay, so now that we are done, let's just switch on the guidelines, and inserting our okay, those are the social media icons, so these will be named as icons. Okay, so let's just move them a little bit. There you go. So let's zoom it. I was not zooming the artwork so that it was easy to see every corner of what I was doing, in order to reduce a little bit of confusion to the eyes. So that was social media icons. Let's just drag them a little bit. So there, now you can insert your social media name, rather your social media handle. So in my case, everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I always use Mandona Arts. It's important as a graphic designer you consistent. There is what we call consistent. Consistency is very important in graphic design, as well as in business. You don't really need to be confusing your clients. Like on Facebook, you use some other name, on Twitter you use some other name. It's very confusing. It's very important that as a business person you use one simple name, which is known as being consistent in everything that you're doing, so that everybody who saw me on Facebook, when they want to check for me on Twitter, they just click Mandona Arts and it's easy for them to find me. Okay, so there you go. I think it's okay like that. Then on the other side, let's just insert in our contact detail. Okay, so for more, call plus 26061626529. Okay, there you go. And let's make these two. Let's make them caps lock. Increase the font of this a little bit. Okay, let's change this to black. Okay, then let's change the direction to the other side. Okay, I'm loving the music in the background. I'm loving the music in the background. Loving the music in the background. I love listening to music whenever I'm doing my graphic designs. It keeps me moving. It keeps me in the mood for design. Yeah, it keeps me in the mood to design. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So let's switch off this flares. I feel it's too much. Let's drag it that side. Okay, so there you have it. Then one last thing that we are going to do now is insert, or rather let's try to put in a little bit of sharpness to our work. So I downloaded some actions which I've put in the link in the description. I've put a link. You'll be able to access these sharpening tools. Yes, so in this case we're going to use Gaussian Arculate. So this is how you use the sharpening tool. When you place it, you just place on this icon play, then it's going to load. Okay, it's like a CD. You play, it's going to load and start playing. Okay, oops, we need to cancel this. Sorry, we've made a mistake. Okay, so this has nagged. Just cancel it and go back to our work. So I did it on a wrong space. I'm supposed to do it here so that everything gets affected. When you do it somewhere here, when you place it, when it's here, it only affect the text, the layers which are below. So I'm going to place on icon, which is the top layer, so that it affects every layer that is above it. Okay, so let's repeat the process. Okay, so in this case the radius, you just maintain it to 2. You can either choose 2 or anything that is below 5 is okay. So but it depends with what you prefer working on. So there you have it. That is the before, and that is the after. So let me zoom it so that we'll be able to see clearly. Okay, so that is the before. So the before, it's a little bit blurred, yeah, but when we put in the after, the artwork is, the flyer is coming out sharp, like every detail is coming out clearly and on point. So there you have it. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please, if you like this tutorial, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting videos on this YouTube channel. My name is Musonda Mandanwa. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.